This is the TM Master Cup Series here for race 7 of 14 at the Karjala Raceway in northern Finland. The clutch pole award goes to Julia Nosova driving car number 1. Nosova and teammate Alexis Rainsford swept the front row here at Karjala. The two of them hoped to have a runaway performance as it looked like was going to happen in a minor series race at this track. There was a caution on lap 1, actually while coming to the green. Damian Snyder in the 22 is having problems with his steering. You see he's running into Tom Delgado in the 37. Snyder looks like he's corrected those problems, bounces into Johnny Ada. He bounces again into the 37, and then into the 94. Into the 94 again, causes an accident on the front stretch while coming to the green. The car who takes the most damage is Cyrus Laterza on the 74. In the meantime, Alexis Rainsford was able to pass Julia Nosova coming into the first two turns and take the lead, using what Nosova taught her about this racetrack against her. Alexis Rainsford would lead the field down coming to the restart, but Nosova would take the lead back, taking Eric Jackson, Tom Levin, and Troy Griffith to the front as well. For a change, Alexis Rainsford and Julia Nosova were not the only two cars Jeff Sesnick was fielding in this race. Jeff Sesnick himself was starting the race in car number 90. He started way back in the 25th and was running there for a while. By lap 10, he was scored in 25th. Manny Brown was scored in 24th, just in front of him. Manny Brown, however, was not making too many friends on the racetrack because the 27 car was known to be running into people all over the racetrack. Manny Brown is also the points leader. This is also the second week in a row in which Tom Levin in car number 85 was having a good run. Levin, nicknamed the Insane Irishman, was running very well, and this is one of his better tracks, which surprised many people. This is off the front bumper of Alexis Rainsford's car. Rainsford is running in second, and you can barely even see Julia Nosova in this shot. A couple laps later, Nosova is nowhere to be seen off the front bumper of Alexis Rainsford's car. An update on Damian Snyder's mechanical troubles. After coming into the pits after the first caution, he appeared to have them fixed. However, the 22 car was still running in 37th. Matt Smith in car number 42 said earlier this week that this would be his last race for the CM Nova camp. This car will get a new paint scheme for the next race in Southern Illinois, and will also be a SAR Tyrant instead of a CM Nova. A debris caution on lap 15 reduced Julia Nosova's 5-second lead to nothing. Here's the restart. Watch Tom Levin, the third car in line, car number 85. He's going to get a jump around Alexis Rainsford, which is completely legal before they get to the start-finish line. Troy Griffith also goes with him, surprising both the two Jeff Sesnick racing cars in first and second. Levin is able to take the lead and shove Nosova back to third. Leonid Roderick will put Alexis Rainsford back in fifth position. It was announced earlier this week that Steve Marshall would not be returning to the number 8 car because of the injuries he received last week at the Coca-Cola Raceway. Curtis Darcy, a former GRL driver, was tapped to drive the number 8 car for the rest of the season. Darcy restarted in the 15th position. Meanwhile, Tom Levin had a mirror of Julia Nosova in the 1 car. The former Formula 1 driver was able to get around Levin on the outside of the racetrack and get around him and take the lead. Nosova would keep holding the lead even after a crash on lap 28. Damian Snyder's day would go from bad to worse. He gets into the back of James Lombardi, turns him into the wall, and takes both cars out of the race. To make matters worse for Snyder, no caution comes out. In the meantime, Tom Levin in the 85 car passed Julia Nosova and took the lead back. Levin began to extend his lead, but at the closing laps of the race, it became obvious that Nosova had the better car when she swung around him in the first turn and left Levin playing a game of cat and mouse. Nosova, however, continued to pull away from Levin. As you can see here, Nosova, even though this is a slow braking zone, has a huge lead on Levin. It's now more apparent here, you can't even see Levin in this shot here. Nosova then cruised on to take her first TM Master Cup Series victory. Tom Levin finished in second, Troy Griffith, Alexis Rainsford rallied to finish in fourth, Leonid Roderick in fifth. Welsh-born Alan Hodges in sixth, Danny Savin, the guy they call the rock star, finished in seventh. Anthony Evans in eighth, Marcus Leonard, and then Ryan Hearn driving the Chrome car in 10th. And here's the top 10 in points. Manny Brown sits atop the point standings, 20 above Leonid Roderick, and 36 above James Dalton. But afterwards, the point standings are pretty close. Stiles and Peterson are a point apart, and then we have 2 consecutive ties. For 6th, it's between Bates and Kingston, and for 8th, it's between Evans and Rainsford. And how about Alexis Rainsford jumping back up into the top 10 after being penalized and sitting a race? And here's 11 through 20. Tony Durbin and Ryan Naraki have both dropped out of the top 10. Joseph Howard in 13th. Cyrus Laterza out of the top 10 to 14th. Matt Smith in 15th. Ryan Hearn up to 16th after a good top 10 run today. Julia Nosova has jumped almost 10 positions to get to 19th. Justin Brooks holding on to 18th, and Joel Rodriguez climbs up to 20th. One of the first good weeks for this team in a while. That's all for this week in the TM Master Cup Series. I'll see you next time.